Automotive nonsense. Here we go. Let's get started. So, I didn't make a video earlier. I've been having, I think I've documented this. I've had some transmission issues in my Bronco, which hopefully are cured. I'm taking one last stab at this before I appeal to specialists. But what I did is a transmission flush. You can kind of see this is not a shadow in front of the table. I leaked about 2 gallons of transmission fluid onto the floor. It's, I don't know what to say. I guess it's dust control at this point. So, I was out test driving it. By the way, it test drives fine, but it always test drives fine. It's not until I take it on one of my little longer trips that I have any issues with it. But I pulled into the hardware store because, believe it or not, I put 15 quarts of ATF, very specific ATF, into this little project, and I was thinking I was 1 quart short. As it turns out, I wasn't, but I stopped there to check the transmission fluid level, and what should I see but this generator in the free pile. So this is actually what we're working on today. So this right here, and I just got home. Like, I fired up the camera 5 minutes ago. I got this generator. It's in the free pile. It had a broken spark plug, and it's got some jammies down here, like some dirt and stuff around it. So I'm going to hit that with some carb cleaner real quick, which I happen to have handy because I'm that guy. Just to blow some of that stuff out of the way. And now I can't see if there's sparks. So I tried to, I was at the hardware store, so I bought a spark plug. But you know what? I'm going to let the carb cleaner evaporate out of the area first, in hopes that I don't light myself on fire. And it has a full tank of gas. I talked to the dudes in the hardware store. One guy said he borrowed it from a friend, couldn't get it running, and the only troubleshooting I've done on it is one pull of the cord to verify that it did not in fact have spark, and we will see if that's a fact now. So now that I've blown that stuff out, take the other spark plug out and see, yeah, it's still roady in there. Alright, so that should make it easier to pull. Okay, it's got good spark. So I'll bring you back in a second. I'm going to reposition the camera. This is clear fuel. So I'm very fortunate in our area. They sell it for a variety of things. Let's see if I can. And I've spilled most of it, but a little dab got inside there. Oh, come on. Come on, spark plug. You're making me look bad. So I'm just screwing it in hand tight. Shouldn't be a big deal. This jinky little wire there. And I'll put that where it's not going to tip off the table. Alright, you're with me? So 10 a.m. It's currently 10:35. About 10 a.m. I acquired this generator. Let's see if we can get her to run over here. Alright, good to go. So anyway, I have the tank draining into this. This is kind of an example of the gas. It doesn't look, this doesn't look terrible. It is a little wavy. But I have good clean fuel, so we'll just start from ground zero. And once this drains out, we'll kind of be back in business here. Back. So we're looking at the carburetor. You're looking at the side. This is the float bowl. So we're going to do a little investigation again. Popping this off super easy. It looks like it's got a couple Phillips on that side, maybe a, I don't know, 7/16. This is 7/16. So let's delve in here. This is kind of step number one. If everything's good, we're going to find some debris and some water on the bottom of this guy, and she's dripping a little bit, so it's full. Yeah. Alright, so, and just as I thought, so I don't know if you can see this. Let's see if it's in there. Anyway, there's a bunch of green yucky stuff in there, so we're going to carb clean that up and let this drip out just a little bit. Alright, so you're looking at the carb, same situation. I can't get a screwdriver down to the bottom of that, so what we're going to do is we are going to disconnect that fuel line, which is already disconnected at the other side. Somebody already has been into this car before us, so we'll see kind of what their shenanigans we're up to. Let's see if I can't release said fuel line here. There's a long screwdriver. See if I can't use this to get in here. That fuel line is just about toast. I might have to go to the hardware store and get me a new one. Because we know she runs. There we go. That's off. So we're taking the carb off, is maybe what I'm saying, or at least loosening it. So I have a number 3 Phillips, which I can tell somebody's had this off before because they've they tried to use the wrong screwdriver to take this off. Hopefully I'm not too much in the frame here. So what I'm trying to do is just, there we go. And she's coated in dirt, so it's probably carefully stored outside like mine is, my existing one. So this is a 5,000 watt deal, which is a pretty good size, smaller homeowner style generator. Let's see if I can get a screwdriver in here without the light shining in my eyes. Alright, so this is usually where I goof stuff up and lose stuff, like that nut, which I found already. Okay, you guys remember which hole this poked into. So on top of the carb is a little wire goodie that appears to be in that little middle hole. So we'll work on, how's it bent? Super easy, just like that. And we have a carburetor. And, oh, it's a little dirty in there, but there's no main jet. That must be it, what I unscrewed there. So we're just going to reassemble, because I already know the float works because it was throwing gas at it. And this little jet off to the side, I'm going to have to take a look at this, guys, but it appears there's another jet on the side there that needs some love. So I'm going to hit this with some carb cleaner. In fact, I could probably just hit it with carb cleaner right now on camera. Or brake clean, sorry. And let me throw some gloves on here. Gosh, what did I do with my gloves? I'm not a complete savage. Throw some protective gear on here. You can't see my face, but I'm wearing only the highest quality safety glasses, which means I'm wearing readers. So let's see what we can do on this. You'd be amazed at how much stuff brake clean will dissolve. This bowl, I can't stress that enough. If it's not kind of spotless clean, and I don't know that I'm going to make it spotless clean, but it will cause you no end of grief in my experience. So what we're going to do now is just reassemble this guy. They put their own little gasket on there. That's interesting. You'll see the kind of dangly, so somebody had some silicon in there to do what? I don't know. But we're going to reassemble this guy. I'll probably just reassemble it like this. I have my handy dandy heat gun, which should put a pretty good load on it, and we'll see if we can make this thing workable. Alright, so let's fire this thing up. Alright, time is 11:15. So I've owned this for 45 minutes and she's a unit. If you're interested, check Facebook Marketplace in your area. Leave you at that, and I hope you have a good day. Watch again. I might actually do some adventuring with my stupid Bronco.